everyone in Risky. I'm Afifah. As you can see, this is my reflective lesson report of XL Future Leader workshop from workshop 1 until workshop 5. The content of report that I want to tell, it is first is lesson learned, like what I've learned from workshop 1 to workshop 5, then impact or achievement from lesson learned that I got from workshop, and third is projection in second year in XL Future Leader, what I can improve or make me better that I should change for the next year, and four is closing. So watch till the end. So first is lesson learned. What I've learned from workshop 1, like it is the introduction of Axel Feature Leader. That Risky tell us like getting to know you session for us to knowing more deeper our classmate of like using the questionnaire or a paper that like finding someone who had hobbies of like music or singing or who is scared of animals like that. So after that, Risky tell us about like for knowing people more, it is not just asking us cosmetic question. We have to know and asking the essential question, like more deeper on that person that we want to know more. And the second is in workshop 1, we learn about the communication. That is, Risky showed us the video, the two different video that show us the processor clip and the attraction performance. So in that video, we have to observe and differentiate the difference of the two video, like the verbal, the essential of verbal and non-verbal communication. And also in workshop 1, we have learned KYL chart. It is the thinking tools. So K meaning is what I already know, and Y is what I want to know, and L is what I've learned. And next is we learn the scamper. It is a tool for us to help us develop a new idea and brainstorm on something. So S means substitute, C is combine, A is adapt, M is modify, P put to another use, and E is eliminate, and R is reverse. So we already used this scamper for the workshop 1. Um, or make some idea on workshop 1. So the next is managing change. So in workshop 1, we already learned about the managing change. We should have to adapt in all of new situation. Like when we have like a business or maybe we as a leader in our business or something like that, we have to know what is the current situation and how we adapt with that changes. And the last in workshop 1, it is mentoring introduction. So Risky told us to have IDP, individual development planning, and using smart goals setting. It is a tools for us for more deep focus on what we want to plan on the future of our future. Um, so after that, we have to make our individual development planning and have a mentoring with Risky in the next week, I think, or yeah, in the next week. Workshop 2 is, I think, I'm so sorry for my type thinking tools. Um, from workshop 2, we learn about, I think it is, we focus on thinking tools. So first thinking tools that we learn is the bonus 6 hats. It is a thinking tools that we can use for um, like brainstorming, like we have a problem that we should have to solve that problem. And we can discuss with our team or with our friend and using this 6 different color for each role. For each role is have a different role in that discussion. It is 6 color: black, yellow, white, red, blue, and green. And we already practice it in workshop 2 using this 6 different color. And the second is PMI. It is that can we can use this thinking tools for evaluate our idea. We have to know the positive or plus aspect and the minus aspect and interesting aspect. It is like when we have an idea, we have to evaluate it first before we try to oh, wait, before we try to presenting or showing that to the public. So the third is inquiry learning of inquiry learning. It is 7 stages. It is we learn about the 7 stages of inquiry learning of research. I I type the telecommunication because in the workshop 2 we try to have an inquiry learning and focus on telecommunication. And the fourth of thinking tools that we learn, it is Bloom's taxonomy. It is a way of to organize thinking scale into 6 level. And Risky also told us Bloom taxonomy have changed from the original terms to the new terms. It is have 6 level. wait. So in in Bloom taxonomy, there is two levels that have changed or like switch. It is the evaluation and synthesis. Um, Synthesis is changed to the creating, and the evaluation changed into the evaluating. And the change term is um, using the active process verb rather than nouns because in the original terms it is used the um, nouns like evaluation, synthesis, analyze, application, and for the new term is using the active process verbs, creating, evaluating, analyzing, applying, and understanding, remembering. And the five um, five session that we have on workshop 2, it is we have to make an output from our learning on thinking tools as a project. That's why we have a Mamumi.id for the implementation of our learning in thinking tools and inquiry learning. And also in Mamumi.id, I joined on research team on Mamumi.id project. And in the workshop in the workshop 3, we learn about pecha and investigating business. Like we learn about what is pecha. So Rizky told us about the pecha is the way of presenting, aim to make the audience more focused on the presenter using the basic um, pictures without any what is it um, without any sentence on the presentation. And we learn about how to compare and contrast. We have the session that we should differentiate of um, online and offline workshop. We compare and contrast that difference. And also we learn about the reason and conclusion. It is the session of us that made of reason and conclusion on current situation. On workshop 3, me and my team solving the current situation of sahkan RUU PS. Yes. Uh, and the last is investigating business. It is we have to research deep on the Kemenlu, Traveloka, Zilingo, and Excel Asiata. And in that workshop, we have a session that we met the part of Kemenlu, Traveloka, Zilingo, and we learn a lot from them. And also we investigating um, more deep on Excel Asiata. Uh, the actually I what I remember we should we should visit XL. What I remember it is we should visit XL Asiata company in Jakarta, but we have a pandemic in that situation, so we investigating XL Asiata from research on internet. And on workshop 5, it is the time of us presenting the Pecha presentation with our team for 1 month practice and also learn of leadership. Um, me, Nadia, and Salma presenting the education side of Pecha presentation is Ramentari on the Pecha presentation. And on that presentation, we have to developing criteria of the best presentation group uh, from with Dream M for Pecha presentation. And also we learn a lot of things in leadership, like type of leadership. And Rizky also told us about the workshop 4. We have to prepare our individual presentation with implemented the inquiry learning on the research of our major matter. And we Pecha presentation for the outstanding PowerPoint. So that will show to the audience. So this is actually the explanation of how to be a great presenter, and we learn from the secret to be a great public speaker. And also we have the last workshop on 1 year on on the first year. It is that Ax Anca Rona and Talkosip challenge brief. It is the first session is that talk individual presentation. I'm so sorry for it. I don't. Okay, wait. So in the workshop 5, it is the chat expand Charana teamwork and Talkosip challenge brief. The first session is we have a TED Talk individual presentation call that Expancharona of our class. It is the individual presentation of our major matter presentation that showed to the audience on the first day of workshop. And during the presentation, we have to marking and give a feedback. It is the evaluation of our presentation and our friend presentation. Prisky give us the Google slide for marking and giving a feedback for the presentation. And also we learn about the teamwork, how what is teamwork, and also like what is make teamwork perfect, something like that from the peer discussion. And we learn about the stages of team formation. And Prisky also give us a space for doing tourism pitch and cultural performance for us to feel and try to go out from our comfort zone. And the last session of workshop 5, Risky informed us about the telco SIB challenge brief. It is for briefing for our next year IoT project. So the second is the impact or achievement from lesson learned that I got from workshop 1 to workshop 5. Um, it is a lot, I think, because I think I came to XL Future Leader program like empty empty glass of water. I don't know anything about that I learned from workshop 1 until workshop 5. I guess maybe I know a little, but it is not like another of my friend that already know all of things that presenting on workshop 1 until workshop 5. So like the impact is I maybe I should um, see from workshop 1 to workshop 5 again. So like getting to know you, I know that we should not asking us cosmetic question because it is what we can say. In Indonesia, it's like basa-basi. So from that session, I know about the importance of not just asking us cosmetic question, and like the scamper tools. Like I knowing a lot about the more deeper on scamper tools for helping us to develop a new idea, and also the importance of managing change that we should adapt in all new situation. And for adapt, we have to use the thinking tools that we learn and doing some research on like inquiry learning and something like that. And the importance of make an individual development plan. So I became more focused on what I want. On the second on the second workshop is thinking tools. I already use BMI, Bloom's taxonomy, inquiry learning for my thesis and for me to join the competition like it's like competition or having a discussion with my friend. But I unfortunately I never used the Bodo 6 thinking hat because when I try to explain to my friend or my team like it is I have to make a time for explain the rules of the Bodo 6 thinking hats. It is more efficient if I use this for discussing something on people that already know the bonus 6 thinking hat, so we don't have to explain more about what is the bonus 6 thinking hat, I think. So thinking tools is really um, giving me an impact on my learning and for my study. In the workshop 3 is for the Pechaku China investigating business. What I've learned is so I just realized that having a presentation it is not always use the text and the pictures on the same time. We can just use the picture for presenting something, and it is more focus on our presentation. And also I learned about the how we faced the current situation and solving the problem and searching for the solution of the conclusion and try to I learned about the deeper on investigating and a lot of a lot of insightful things from Kemenlu, Traveloka, Zilingo, and XL Asiata. And in this workshop 4, I learned about how we discuss on developing criteria. So from developing criteria, I learned about the hardest part is how to concluding all of idea from our friend. So we can have a complete criteria of Pecha Kucha presentation and also learn about a lot of different leadership type that we can use. We can combine that or we can adapt on our current situation. And we learn about the secret to be a great public speaker. It is I learned how to make the audience still focus on our presentation and how to make our presentation more interesting and more focused and easy to listen, easy to understand for our audience. The workshop 5, what I've learned is like the importance of teamwork and how to marking and feedbacks for the other presentation because sometimes I just listen to the presentation, but I never tried to marking or giving a feedback for my friends or for the presenter. And also I learned about the a little bit of telco SIP challenge on IoT project because I never knowing about the IoT project in entire of my life until I joined XL Future Leader. So this is the great a big change and opportunity for me to learn IoT project and how make a good and the perfect, I don't know if it's a perfect or not, but a good IoT project on my next year of XL Future Leader. And the third is projection in second year in XL Future Leader, like what I can improve or change or make me better. I think if I can minimize that, it is 3 points. First is confident, active, and optimal. I realize that I always feel like insecure because all of my friends in my class is from UI, Venus, President University, or another university, top university. But I just came from Bengkulu and I studied at Poltekkes Kemenkes, so I feel like I am nothing. So for the next year, I think I should be more confident because it is um, affect my the flow of speaking of me. When I try to speak, like uh, because I don't have a confidence, so it is and to me become like ruin all of my change to speak. And for the second is more active. Sometimes like I have something to tell on all the entire of workshop one until workshop five. But sadly, I still don't have the confidence. I still waiting for another of my friends to giving them a chance to talking first before me to talk. But when I want to, when I want, um, when I want to giving my opinion on workshop, sometimes I kind of late for raise my hand for talking in front of our friend. So the third is the optimum. So I think I'm not optimum on the first year, so I think I should be more optimum, like giving my best on the second year of my future leader workshop. So the closing, that I want to tell something, Rizky and all of my friends. So maybe sometimes I seems like off too often to be not concentrate, but it is not my negative side. My minus side of me, like seems like I never have a concentrate to present do on the entire workshop. But uh, when you see me like seems to be not concentrating, it is my way to concentrate myself and divided my learning direction into ways. So my ears will hear the presentation or the speaker, and my eyes will try to find something impressive. So from defining two ways of my learning, I can keep concentrating on on our workshop. So I just want to apologize to Risky or to all of my friends. Maybe sometimes I seems like not, um seems like too often to be not concentrate, but I concentrate. But that is my way to learn on to have to more concentrating on the workshop. So I hope you guys and Risky can forgiving me and more understanding my minus side, and I still try to have my have to focus on direction in this one ways like focusing on my eyes focusing on the speaker and my ears focusing on the presentation. So um, hopefully Risky can understand my minus side. I just want to say that, and I want just to having apologize to Risky and all of my friends if you guys realize my minus side. So I think this is my last of report lesson. I'm so sorry. Maybe my English is not so well, like it's not well as a lot of friends, and because actually I have an accident. Like my mom is in hospital, so I seems like to be not concentrate for lesson report. But I try my best for a report my lesson learned in this video. So thank you for seeing my video, and hopefully this can give me a feedback like what I've learned from. Is that true? Is that true of what I've learned from workshop one and workshop five? So thank you for watching.